Okay, so today we are going to solve how to delete a node in a binary search tree. Okay, so deleting a node in binary search tree is not an easy task because it is not as same as deleting a node in a binary tree. Because over here we need to handle multiple cases. Now, before going to the solution, let me walk you through to the problem statement. Over here, they will be giving us the root of the binary search tree along with a key, the node that we want to delete. Okay, and after deletion, we need to return the root of the binary search tree. Okay, and you can read it on your own time. So this is the BST. Okay, now over here, I have taken three examples: deleting 65, 80, and then 30. Okay, now you can pause the video, observe that what is the difference between all these three nodes. Okay, you can comment it down. Let's see that whether you got this thing right or not. Okay, I believe that you have commented down or you have observed that what is the difference between all these three nodes. For those who don't know or who didn't understand, see, if you observe node 65, node 80, and node 30, node 65 is having 0 children or 0 child. Node 80 has one child and node 30 has 2 children. Okay, so difference is this. So one child, sorry, 0 child, one child, either left or right, and 2 children. So these are the three cases that you need to handle. Okay, if you want to delete the node and that node is having either 0 child, 1 child, or 2 children. Okay, now let's see that how we can delete node 65 or a node which is having 0 children. Okay, so first thing first, if I'm standing over here, I need to check whether the node is present inside the binary search tree or not. So 65 is present on the right hand side, so I'll go on over here. 70 is greater, so I will be going on the left hand side. 65 is lesser, so I will be going on the right hand side of 60. So over here I can see that I got 65. Now I have already covered that how to search a node in the binary search tree. If you don't know, the video is already in the description. You can take a look. Okay. Now over here I got a 65. I can delete it, but how can I delete this? That's the main question. See, if you know the structure of a node in any tree, okay, majority in binary search tree, okay, or a binary tree, we have nodes some which will be looking like this, which have three fields, okay, address of the left child, and over here address of the right child, and over here it will be data. So let's say we have 60 over here. Now if we observe node 60, 60 has only one child, which is 65, okay, and 60 doesn't have any left child, so over here it will be null. Okay, now this is 65. Okay, null and null. Now I want to delete this, right? So this 60 is connected like this, okay, and I'm standing over here. So what if I'm going to return at the parent? So while returning, I am passing null over here. So if I store null over here, then there is no connection. There is no connection over here. So if there is no connection, so obviously when I'm going to traverse it, I'm not able to reach 65 anyhow. So that means I have deleted node 65 from the tree. Okay. Now the garbage collector will come and he will diminish this node 65 because no one is pointing to 65. So in this way we can delete a node which is having 0 children. Okay, so I believe that you got it. Now let's see that how we can delete node which is having one child. That one child can be present either on left hand side or the right hand side. So you need to take a look on that, because see, let's see that I want to delete 8. I will be standing over here going on the right hand side because 80 is greater than 50. Again going on the right hand side because 8 is greater than 70. Now over here I can see that 80 is there, right? Now can I delete directly and just pass null over here? Absolutely not. Why? Because 80 is connected to 90. So if I delete this, then 90 will also be gone. and I don't want to that happen. So what I'll do when I want to uh, delete this 80, I'll just return the address of the children, the address of the child of 80 over here. So in the previous case, in the node 65, I have deleted, sorry, I have written null. So over here, I will be returning the address of the child to its grandparent. So 70 will be going to connect over here directly. Okay. Now the example that I have took, 80 is having the right child. Now what will happen if I have a node which is having a left child like this, and I want to delete 40. Okay. Now similarly, I will be standing over here. 40 is lesser than 50, so I will be going over here. 40 is greater than 30, so I will be going over here. Now 40 is present, okay, and I want to delete this. So 40 is connected to 35. So what I'll do, I will be passing the address of 35 to its grandparents, that is 30 over here. That's it. Okay. So in this way, you can delete a node which is having one child. I'm just giving you the overview. Okay, we will be going to see the code over there. If you're having doubt, that doubt will be cleared when I will be taking the code. Okay. Now, what to do when we have two children? Okay. See, this is a different case, by the way. Okay, because if I'm standing over here, I will be going on the left hand side because I want to delete 30. Now 30 is there. Now the question arises, who will take place of 30, or which node will be present over here if I delete it? Now someone might say that we can have 40 or 20 or 40, but no, because since this is a binary search tree, okay, the property has to maintain. So there are two approaches. If I'm standing over here, I need to take an element from the left hand side which is greater, because over here 25 is greater. Over here I can see 25 is greater. So if I put 25 over here, now you can see that all the elements on the left hand side of 25 is lesser. Okay, I believe that you got it. So this is called as an Inorder predecessor. Okay, Inorder predecessor. Second way is that if I'm standing over here, I can go on the right hand side and I need to pick the minimum element from your side. Okay, so the minimum is 35 over here. So if I put 35 over here, then I can see that the element or the nodes which is present on the right hand side are greater. Okay, that is the reason I need to pick the minimum from the right hand side. So two choices. First, pick max from left subtree. Second way, pick min from right subtree. Okay, so these are the two cases. Now you can pick any of them. So I will be going with this. Okay, now the question arises that how we can find a max from the left subtree. It is very easy, since it is a binary search tree. So max will be always be going to present on the right corner, right? So even if I take a look over here, I'm just giving an example that how to find the max in the binary search tree. So if I want to find the max, it will be always going to present on the right hand side, right? So I will be going over here. For this also on the right hand side, so I will be going over here, over here. So the node which is present at the corner, right corner, that will be the max element. Okay, all the time. So if I'm standing over here now and I'm picking the max from the left hand side, so I will be going over here and I will be going right hand side again and again till I get that the node doesn't have any children. Okay, so over here I can see that 25 doesn't have any children, so 25 is going to be a max element. Okay, now do I need to swap 25 with 30? No. Okay, the another approach is that I can just replace, because I got that max element which is 25, so I'll just replace 25 over here. Now see, 30 is deleted and over here 25 came, but over here also 25 is there. So what I need to do, I need to pass the same function, that is deleting a node. Now instead of 30, I need to pass this address and I need to delete the node 25 from here. So what we'll do, we will be going to apply the same technique over here, but instead of deleting 30, I am going to delete 25. So I believe that you got the procedure. Okay. Now let's see the code now. You might think that code is looking scary, but no, it's not. If you have followed the procedure that what I have said, it will be very easy. Now see, first thing first, we need to search whether the element is present inside the binary search tree or not. So this is the root. Okay, and this is the key that we want to delete. If the root dot value is greater than key, then obviously the key, the node that we want to delete will be present, might be present on the left hand side. So I will be going on the left hand side by passing the root dot left and the key to the same function. Okay, now, and see, whatever address that I will be getting. So we can remember that we are passing the addresses to the parent function, either null or the address of the grandchildren or the grandchild. Okay. So due to that reason, over here I have written root dot left. Now similarly, if the root dot 12 is lesser than key, then the key is greater. So it will be present. It might be present on the right hand side. So I will be calling the same function by passing root dot right and the key, because key will not change obviously. Okay, and whatever this function will be providing, that means the address that will be stored in the root dot right. Okay, now this is the searching part. Now here comes if the value that we want to delete is matching. So else part. Now see, focus over here. If the root dot left is null and the root dot right is also null, what does that mean? It means that the node doesn't have any children. So over here we are returning null to its grandparent, to its parent. I'm so sorry, to its parent. Okay. Now second case. Remember that I have told the one which is having one child, right? So I need to check that either the child is left node or the right node. So else if root dot left is not null and root dot right is null, so it means that root dot left is not null. That means the node is having the left child. So I will be going to return root dot left, the address of the left child to its grandparents. Okay, so root dot left. Similarly, if the root dot left is null, that means that we don't have a left node, but the root dot right is present. That means it is having right node. So at that time, I'm going to pass root dot right to its grandparent. Okay, I'll just give you an example. Okay, see, 60, 65, and over here it is 70. Okay, and I want to delete 70. Sorry, I want to delete 65. Okay, now I will be standing over here. Okay, now I will be going to check root dot left is null. No, it is not. So I will be going over here. Root dot left is null. Yes, it is null because 60 doesn't have any left child. So I will be checking this as well. Root dot right is not null. Yes, it is not null because 65 is holding the address of 70. So I will be passing root dot right to its grandparent. Now, if I'm standing over here, root dot right means address of 70. So address of 70 will be passed over here. So it means that since 60 will be going to connect with 70 and this will be deleted. So here you can see that 60 is now connected to 70. So in this way it is happening. Okay. Now let's see that what if the node is having two children. Okay. See, as I told you that we are finding the max from the left hand side. So I will be calling a function find max by passing root dot left. Okay. Now whatever address that I will be getting, if I'm standing over here, I will be passing the address of the left child, and over here I need to find the max. So I just need to iterate on the right hand side all the time till the node doesn't have any left child. Sorry, the node doesn't have any right child. So this function will give me the address of the max element from the left hand side. Now that value will be stored in order predecessor. Okay, this is the variable that I've created of type tree node. Now what I need to do, I just need to take that value and put it in the root.val. Okay, I'm not swapping it. I'm just taking that value and putting it in the root.val. Now, again, I need to call the same function, but now instead of deleting root.val, I need to delete in order predecessor.val. So hence root.left in order predecessor. Okay, I hope that you got it. If you didn't, I would be highly requesting you, please try run this by yourself by taking the same example. Okay, because this is considered to be one of the, I would say that deleting a node with 0 or 1 child is easy, but deleting a node with 2 children is little bit difficult. Okay, so you can try run it by yourself. Now talking about the code performance of this function, okay, it is nothing but time complexity will be order of h, and the space will be order of h only. Okay, now what is order of h? It is nothing but the height of the tree. Now the variation will be 2. If we have a balance, then it will be log n. If it is not balanced, if it is a skew tree, and then it will be n. Okay, I have already covered this thing. Okay, so you can watch my previous lecture. Over there I have explained that why it is log n or n. Okay, so I will be not going into depth. I don't want to make the video very much lengthy, so you can take a look by watching the previous lecture if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's it from my side. I'll see you in the next lecture. Till then, keep practicing.